Hey, what's going on? Hey, figured I'd do a little quick update since I've been slacking. So I know I put a video up the other day as far as what I've been doing, what's been going on, what's been taking so long. Well, I got the 4-link and shock towers in, and the rear shocks, everything in the back is, I would say 99% of the way there. So let's check it out. Oh, what happened here? Well, I decided to lift the body up after I got the rear done, just to make things easier, and that way I can get behind the towers and weld. So here's the rear of the truck, all set up, 4 links installed, shock towers from TMR. I put them on, they were a lot longer and flush. I first test fit them flush on the frame, and I had drilled, I think, 8 holes, exactly equal on both sides, mirror image, to adjust the shock travel, droop, full compression, all that stuff. Found out what I needed, and then I went ahead and cut and recessed the towers into the frame, which worked out awesome. So those are the 14-inch shock, air shocks from Fox 2.5s. The rear is sitting just above ride height, what I planned. I did make one little mistake, and I'm going to fix it, but the lower shock tabs on the axle, they need to be moved towards the diff about 1.5 inches. At full compression on one side and full droop on the other, the tire just barely starts getting into the shock. So my bad, but it'll be getting fixed. Today's project's been a long day getting the 3-link mocked up. This is a little bit more tricky. Any of these Bronco 2 Ranger Explorers, the frame, here I'll show you. The frame starts out at, like, I don't know, 42, 44 inches wide. And then look at it. It just goes close. So a couple of the issues I had was, I had the transmission in here earlier. With the transmission here, my original, let me get on the other side. My original plan was the upper frame mount was going to be in this location, right? Well, the problem is with the transmission right here, you cannot put this bolt in. There's no access. So that was my big hiccup. So what do? Had a couple buddies talk about this and that, and say, well, why don't you mount it where you wanted it, and then just drill 3 holes through the frame and put a bolt through this way. So now I'll try it. So I did 1 hole, and I was like, I don't really like it. Then I was looking. I was like, well, why not just move it back? Because I was doing some of my calculations, and I needed to have the upper slightly longer than the bottoms to maintain the pinion points up on full droop. So long story short, it's been a long day. The 3-link is all tacked in, both frame sides, upper, inner frame. The axle ones are tacked on. I did not tack the on top of the truss yet, but we'll get there. Let's see, what else can I cover real quick? It's probably gonna be a few days before I get back to it. But with this truss here, I still have my 25% of separation here, even using the lower bolt hole, which is cool because that means I would be able to cut off this top 1.5 inches. I'll probably leave 2 holes So whatever clearance with the Heim I can do on the top there, I'll cut that part off. And then just visualizing stuff. I had both a left and a right of this offset tie rod. I originally had one on top, but I was able to fit it underneath, which is going to work out, I think, even better. So the more you look at stuff, take your time with stuff. Like I said, I've had original plans that have changed multiple times now. But it'll all be worth it in the end. Just can't rush this type of stuff. So I'm very confident in the front. I'm like 95% the front's a go. So once that's all burned in, the front, I was going to do shock towers like the rear, but I just think it'd be a lot easier to do some hoops instead. So I got a hoop kit from TMR. So there's hoops in the front, and then whether I need to use them or not, they have these little step off. So something like this. You weld the cap on there, and then it gives you a nice standoff for the frame. So I got those. So everything should work out. I don't know if I covered my last video, but I made this 1/4-inch plate to box in. Not box in, but reinforce the frame where the steering box is at. The Explorer, I think the Bronco too is similar, but there's a whole bunch of, wherever you don't see my 1/2-inch holes, there's like holes in the frame. So I thought it'd be a good idea to go ahead and reinforce that. This can go ahead and get burned onto the frame. That's not going to change. Track bar is just tacked on, bracket. So, well, I'm tired. I'm done. Let's see. Yeah, I've been out here for 8 hours. It's amazing how time flies when you're trying to figure out this type of stuff. But you got to measure 1,000 times before you even think about cutting. You know, I've made a few mistakes here and there, but it's coming together. I'm very, very excited. I'm trying to talk to the camera, but I forget the lens is over here, so I'm trying to get used to this. But yeah, so having the body up in the air, I mean, it's just making life so much easier. Oh yeah. One other thing I had to do is, since these are a little bit farther back than what I had planned, my original transmission cross member that I made over here wasn't going to work for 2 reasons. One, it's interfering with those links. 2, I'm a little bit concerned with the frame rail and the Dana 60 where the drive shaft goes there, the yoke, sorry. So I'm going to clock the Atlas one click down. It's going to give me a lot better, safer area for the drive shaft. I'm going to give up a little bit of ground clearance, but not much that's going to matter. I plan on doing a full skid plate. Everything's going to be protected anyway. So, all right, that's it for the day. Just a quick, short, and sweet. Like I said, 4-link rear shock towers. Shocks are 98% done. Just got to do the lower axle shock mounts. No big deal. Front is, like I said, 95% or so tacked in, measured out. I'm going to double check the 3-link calculator. Not that you can 100% go by that with, you know, an OEM manufactured frame. You only have so much room for stuff, depending how deep you want to get. I went pretty deep. I don't want to go any deeper than what I'm doing. So, all right, that's it for today. I'll check back, and I don't know, probably next weekend, see what's up. See you guys.